National 5 Maths, Practice Paper H, Paper 2. Now in question 3, you were given a diagram here and we've got to state the coordinates of M and N. So there's M and N here. So looking at the information, it gives us some of the various other coordinates. It tells us what P, Q and U are. They're already marked in the diagram, so that's not massively helpful. M is the midpoint of OR, so that is useful. And N is the point on UQ, such as UN is a third of UQ. So if that is 1/3, then that section there, NQ, would be 2/3. Okay, so we're going to use that information. And now let's find M first of all. That's probably the easiest one to do. Now, to find what the coordinate of M is, it's helpful if we can find out what the coordinate of R is. Now, this measurement here is the same as this measurement here. Now, this goes to point Q along 4 in the X direction, 2 in the Y direction, so that measurement there has to be 2. Well, that also has to be 2. So that can tell us for point M, we've gone 0 in the X direction, we've gone 1 in the Y direction, because that's half of 2, which is 1, and we've not moved up the way at all, so it's still 0 in the Z direction. So this is your point M, 0, 1, 0. Now, using the fact that it's 4, 2, 0 and that's 4, 2, 3, we know that it's going to be 4 long, and then in the X, 2 in the Y, so we know that to start off with. And N is 2/3 of the way up here. Well, this measurement here is 3, because that is 0 there, that is 3, so that measurement has to be 3, and 2/3 of 3 is just 2. So N has to be 4, 2, 2. Now, in question 4, we've got to find the equation of the straight line shown in the diagram. So we need to find out the gradient and the y-intercept, because it doesn't actually tell us what the y-intercept is here. So we're going to find the gradient first of all, using m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, it doesn't actually matter which way around you label these two coordinates, as long as you've got x and y. So the gradient y2 minus y1 is going to be 5 minus 4 over, and then it's going to be 2 minus -1. So that's going to be a plus there, so it'll be 9 over 3, and that just gives us 3. So using y minus b equals mx minus a, this is your value there. Now, I could pick either coordinate from a and a b, but that one's got positives, that's negatives. It's probably easier if you just pick this one. So a and b, so it'll be y minus 5 equals 3x minus 2, multiplying out the brackets. Now we want to make y the subject, so we're going to add 5 to both sides. Now you could have told that from the diagram, you could have told that the gradient is positive because it's sloping up the way, and you'd be expecting to have a negative y-intercept, which that's what I've ended up with here, the -1. So you can have a rough idea of what your equation should look like before you're even done. So that's the correct answer there, y equals 3x minus 1.